Hey guys, and welcome to the Throwshub podcast. This is the first one we've ever done, so it's going to be kind of a bit raw and off the bat. There's no exact topic as such because the throwing season now has pretty much ended for most of us. It has for myself, it has for my athletes, it has for many people around the world. And I just wanted to sort of use this one as a bit of a explain kind of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Now, the idea of this is purely just to have some form of communication with everyone and sort of talk about the 2018 season, the upcoming season, the news, the other bits and pieces. This is the first one I've ever done. This is the first sort of real one, I suppose, I've ever done. I like to write about it, but this time I thought, let's do a little mini podcast. There's no real editing to this. It's just exactly what it is. But I was taking a look at the Javelin now. A lot of my videos are Javelin related. Lots of people have seen them. I post a lot and lots and lots of Javelin stuff. I used to do a lot of Throwsholic stuff, mainly Javelin related. So I thought, let's use Javelin as a bit of a starting point. Now, sort of, I suppose the main topic I want to do, even though there's not, is like the progression of Javelin, especially in the last 3 years of watching Javelin. How we've gone from having like hardly anything happen to then suddenly, Germany has just overtaken Javelin. It really has, in my opinion. And I think it is something. Is it going to be like, are we going to see a world record possible? Personally, don't think so. I think people are very quick to jump to that conclusion of, oh, you're going to now see a new world record. Johanna Vetter, he is currently this year in 2018, he's finished his season on 92.70, which is a massive distance, an extreme distance. But considering 94 metres, nearly 95 metres was his throw last year, and now it's due to injuries and niggles and bits and pieces that he decided that he wasn't going to do it. And remember, that was in March of this year that he threw 92.70. Do people think that he's going to break the world record? There's a lot of people that do think that he's going to break the world record, and if he does, I think brilliant. I've not a bad word against any possible javelin thrower breaking the world record, not a problem at all. But I think there's a massive distance between 95 and 98. When you really walk out and you see it yourself, with your own eyes, you see 95 meters and you see 98, you think it's not that far, but you've got to still throw 95 and more. The strain that it puts on your body is just ridiculous. So seeing all of this is going to be quite interesting. There's a few other people here that I'm currently looking at, and you've got, for example, Andreas Hoffman, who is just a huge guy, a monster of a guy, and he is throwing 92.06. That was thrown in June of 2018. And then Thomas Roller followed behind in third with 91.78. And then we've got Magnus Kurt with 89. We've got Jakob from Czechoslovakia, trained by, I believe, Jan Zanesli, who is 89.02. And then Niraj Chopper, I always say that name wrong, and I apologise for that, of 88.06, which is also trained by the Hugh, who is a 104 metre thrower, which is an exceptional amount. And then obviously we got Oliver Hitlander, who was, wow, you think of his age, he's not that old at all. He's a very youngster, and he's throwing 88.02, and that's followed by Julia Weber by 86.63, which is amazing because I like Julia Weber. I think that he's going to come back, and my predictions I will do at the end of the podcast of what I think that the throwers are going to get next year. And I think there's going to be a massive turnaround on what actually happens. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. There's going to be a lot happening. Taking into account a lot of these throwers that came out of just the woodwork, have just literally just come out with this massive throw. You look at Kashawn Walcott, who threw, remember, 90 meters. He threw 90 meters and then came out with just this monstrous throw, and it is seriously amazing. You think come out at 90 meters, and now he's currently down at 84, and he's been around that mark for a couple of years now, maybe 2 years. Cho To-sun Cheng, 91 meters he threw against Andreas Hoffmann when Hoffmann hit his 91 meter, and now he's currently down at 84.60. And there's a load in here. Dmitry Tarabin, I believe I don't want to. I'm allegedly, but I believe, I don't know if he was one of the ones that got banned. I know his wife got banned, or got stripped of the medal through to such and such. But we're not going on about that. Tero Pikamaki, a legend, 82.64. It's weird with Tero because he's like one of these guys that everyone goes, oh, he's on his way out. He's done it now. He's had enough, and then suddenly he'll bang out 88 meters. Like it's nothing. It's like what? Ati Ruskian, the other guy from Finland. He's thrown 88 meters before. He's currently at 82.59, and then Vesely Vitelaz, whatever Vesely. He's currently at 82.30, but then he's also capable of 90 meters, and I think one day hopefully will come out. You've got Julius Jaego, that's currently a 92-meter thrower, and he is currently sat at 80 meters, but he's due to injuries and other bits and pieces. So it goes down a long list. There's lots and lots of throwers here, but I want to mainly look at sort of the top sort of 10 throwers, to be honest. So currently I'm looking at the moment and looking at kind of the sheet that I've got planned that I wanted to talk about, and one of the main things was I was looking at so phase 1 would have been the introduction to the podcast. The whole point of this podcast is purely to communicate with all you throwers, and if you've got any questions, bits and pieces you want to talk about, then please comment below. SoundCloud, Facebook, and YouTube, and obviously on the website is throwshub.co.uk/podcasts. You can check all that out. You can download this. You can comment. You can do what you like. So, one of the main topics I've had for previous, and I've always asked it in my videos, is when I'm creating things, is do you think when it comes to javelin that Germany is now the home of javelin? Now, has it got to the point where people look at these things and thought, years ago it used to be Sweden, and then Finland. Finland, Sweden have always had this big competition when it comes to javelin. Then Czechoslovakia, or Czech Republic, however you want to look at it, dominated javelin throwing for so long. We obviously had Steve Backley in the UK. Then it was followed through with what we've got now of having Thomas Roller, Vetter, Hoffman, Weber, and some of the old greats like can't remember his name now. The 91 meter thrower, hell of a good hatchet. Very, very good thrower, really powerful, strong. Now, the question I've got to people, and I want to ask people, is do you think, is Germany considered the home of javelin now? And that's not saying, oh, that's where it's invented. It's more of, are they the leading country for throwing? You think that they currently have, in the top 15, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 throwers, 3 of which are well over 90 meters. So do you think they're becoming the home of javelin? Now, you had Greece, and you had the old throwers of Greece. That was just some really good throwers of 91 meters. Now, do you think that Germany is becoming the home of javelin? No one really knows. It could happen. It might not happen. So yeah, the last 3 years have been massive. If you go back year by year, so I'm currently on the IAAF World Leaderboard. So if we go back, let's go back to 2015. This was when Julius Jaego threw 92.72 in Beijing. This is also where Kershawn Walcott threw 90 meters, Roller threw 89, Tero Pikamaki threw 89. The Egyptian, who currently was done for doping, was through 88, and then Ruskian, or Anti, sorry if pronouncing the names wrong, 88, 98, Vesely 88, Magnus Kurt 86, Jacob and such. All the way down you got various things. Julius Vetter was at 85 meters. You had the South African. He was throwing at 85.39. So that is in 2015. Now, going fast forwarding to 2016, we're looking at Roller. This is where he hit his first 90 meters, and he hit 91.28 in Finland. In Turku, Vetter 89 meters, Sean Walcott 88 meters, Weber 88 meters, Julius Jaego 88. Ruskin 88, Jacob 88, and this is where Niraj Chopper, he threw 86 meters, which was the world record junior throw. And then fast forward to 2017, which was just one hell of a year for javelin throwing. Probably one of the biggest highlights, I think, of that kind of sport. Top 10 in the world, being Julius Jaego with 87 meters. Then the dude from Greece, Lunis, 88, Mersin, 88.09 from Poland, Terapikamaki, Peter Freudich from Czechoslovakia, and then Jakob from Czechoslovakia, Hoffman, and then Chito Cheng, which Hoffman and Chito Cheng obviously got in the same competition. And then Roller 93 meters, nearly 94 meters, and then Vetter 94, nearly 95. And it just goes to show that it's unbelievable. It is so unbelievable. That was 2017. 2018 is just a hell of a year. It's just been such a brilliant year, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in the next season, and with the winter training and bits and pieces. Hopefully everyone comes back really strong and we see this massive battle. Now, obviously, when they had the World Championships in Rio and all these things going on, everyone was going, oh my god, it's going to be like the best javelin final ever. And it wasn't. I thought Rio was alright, but I didn't think it was the greatest thing at all. I mean, the World Championships was brilliant. I loved the World Championships in 2017 because it was just seeing like Vetter win it. It was just, I think, the most emotional competition I think I've ever witnessed. So currently, the last 3 years I've gone through that, and that's going to be, I think this year's going to be, next year's going to be unbelievable. Now, seeing some of the news quickly as we're at this point in time is Niraj Chopper, who's obviously coached by Hugh. He has just been speaking a few days ago saying that his next challenge, this is a man that finished 2018 with 88 meters, and then in the Diamond League he threw 87.43. He said that his next challenge for 2019 is the World Championships in Doha, which is going to be absolutely amazing. Now, I wish the bloke all the luck. I do think he is going to break a 90-meter record, but I don't think it's going to be next year, personally. You got the shot put star, Tom Walsh, has basically been playing a lot of golf, and there's a lot of things going on about him. So we've got that. Let's have a look at the females. Now, lots of people say that there isn't enough female throwing, being done, but that's completely and utterly wrong. I very much let's have a look at the javelin whenever I can find it. So in the last 3 years, let's go back 2015 for the javelin. We currently had Katharina Molitor from Germany, again Germany, throwing 67 meters. Then we had the Sonetti from South Africa with 66. Again, I can't pronounce these names. I apologize in advance. Kimberly, she threw from Australia. She threw 66.57. Cara Winger from USA, she threw 66.47. Hu Yilin, the lady from China, she threw 66.13. Kristin, she threw from Germany. She currently threw 65.92, and then Martina, she threw 65, and then Barbora Spotakova, the world record holder from Czechoslovakia, was trained by Jan Zanesli, and I believe they did split up. Fast forward into 2018. So fast forwarding on to 2018, and we're currently at Catherine Mitchell from Australia. She threw in the Gold Coast. I believe that was the Commonwealth. She threw the 68.92. Christine Hasson, sorry, from Germany. She threw in the Berlin in August. 67.90. Lin from China, she threw 67, and then Tashtiel, I can't remember, from Bulgaria, I think that is, 67.47. Shailu, I can't even pronounce these names, 67.12, and it goes on 66, blah, 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 down the line. And you think that, I was just basically talking about the progression of javelin. Now, I think the men's category personally has been very interesting. I think the women's has always been around that kind of 65, 66. I love seeing a 68. It's really happy in a 66. It's going to be a 69 soon. Will the women's javelin be broke in 2019? Personally, no. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't. Could come out, could bang one out, but someone from 70 is like 2 meters, I think. It'd be very difficult to see, considering the 2 top throws in the world this year have been from Catherine Mitchell from Australia. It's very interesting. If I look at the males one, which I'm very interested to do, the best throws in the world, if you look at them, the top 10 throws are all Germany. You've got Vetter with 92.70. You've got then Hoffman with 92.06. Roller 91. Vetter 91. Hoffman 91. Hoffman again 91. The same distance for the throw. Same month. Sorry, 2 different months. Vetter 91. Roller 90. Andreas Hoffman 90. Thomas Roller 89. And Hoffman 89. And Magnus Curtis got 89 meters. It's just amazing. Now, I'm going to be currently looking. I'm going to predict. This is a bit where my prediction comes up. But before I quickly do that, will the world record of 98.48 set by Jan Zanesli in 96 be beat next year? No, it won't, because there is a massive difference. Now, please don't hold me to that at the end of the day. Someone only has to come out and throw a massive, massive javelin throw, and it'll go, way over the thing. Who do I think it's going to be? If I personally think that if anyone, when I look at the 3, now I'm going to go with the 4. If I look at the 4 German javelin throwers in particular, you've got Thomas Roller, Hoffman, Vetter, Weber. In my eyes, Weber and Vetter are very similar. They have a very similar flexibility and pull. Roller has a very quick arm, explosive, not knocking. They've all got explosive bangs, but when I look at Weber and Vetter, I think they use a lot of their flexibility and they're very open in their throws, which is amazing. Look at the distance. No one's ever going to knock that. But I think for a personal opinion, that's how I look at it. Roller's a lot smaller, personally. He's a lot smaller, but he's got this really quick, explosive power approach to it. Now, Hoffman is just built. He is massive. He has a massive explosive power. Now, I think if anyone's going to break the world record, I think it's going to be Hoffman out of them all. I really do think Hoffman is going to be the one that's going to push for that 98-meter throw. And it's going to be unbelievable. Now, currently moving on to this other bit, it's Vetter versus Jan Zanesli. We've pretty much gone over that. I do think that if I had to pick between 2, and I think one, even Vetter would admit Jan Zanesli does have the higher ground. Now, I believe before Vetter came onto the scene and Roller and all that, you could actually look at the statistics of the Jan Zanesli thrown 53 throws over 90 meters. something like 13 of which, oh sorry, something of like 3 or 4 had gone over 95 meters. And you look at that and you said that if you combine the next 4 throwers combined, they don't even tally up to something like, they tally up to like 13 throws. So you think that's massive. So Zelensky always is going to win over that, in my opinion. So my personal prediction of 2019, that's something we'll do at the end. Which we may as well do now. So my whole roundup of who I think is going to break the 90 barrier, what my prediction are for the top 5 of next year. I very much believe that Vetter is coming back in some really exceptional form. I think Magnus Curtis. By the way, before I sort of say all these things, I like every single thrower. I respect every single thrower. I think every single thrower is brilliant. But I just want to say on a personal level, I do genuinely think Weber is going to break 90 meters next year if he doesn't get injured. The Oliver Hollander, I hope he breaks 90, but I don't think it's going to be next year. Copper, I think he'll probably go about 88, 89. Jacob is 90 meters, definitely. I think he's going to be like 91 meters next year. He's seriously good. I think that man can hit some distance. Really good. I think Roller's going to get about 92 next year. Hoffman 94. I think Hoffman will probably be leading next year. If it's not that, it's going to be Vetter again. But I think Hoffman can really hit it because he's coming up in form so quick. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And then fingers crossed, you know, you've got things like Chetu Shang, Kashawn Walcott. I don't think Kashawn Walcott. Sorry, I don't think he'll hit 90 meters anytime soon. Again, just the way I think about it. And we leave it like that. So that is pretty much kind of a little mixture of roundup things. This is just like a small, easy, straight to the point podcast. I just wanted to do something like this because I'm kind of new to this. So please just sort of bear in mind I've not done this sort of stuff before, and especially when you're writing something throwing related, it's pretty difficult. So you've got to kind of gather all this news together. So if you've got any like news and bits and articles, bits and pieces, please Facebook me or send them to me on Twitter. /Throwshub, Facebook.com/Throwshub, SoundCloud Throwshub, everything's Throwshub, or just head over to throwshub.co.uk, use the contact thing below, and email me any news and other bits and pieces you can. Facebook's always the best way. Like I say, this is the first one. I apologise for that sudden sound like crack in there. Has some music come on. So we are going to look around. I'm going to look at some more news and other bits and pieces. Talking of projects, I have some upcoming projects that I am working on. Currently, I do a lot of editing and roundup things. I have the Javelin Throws 2018 video currently edited and put into and published. I'm just waiting on confirmation before I should release it. Due to various reasons. I've then got a Hammer Throw 2018 roundup video coming. All of this to be done before, obviously, the end of the year. We also have a top 5 throws coming up. That can be top 5 throws of anything. We're kind of mixing them all together. Also, as for Nordic Sport, there is something that we're in the pipeline of doing. Trying to work with them, help them out, promote them stuff, bits and pieces, discounted products, you name it, we're going to have it. And then the other thing is we're doing a kind of documentary thing. You've seen a few videos come out about it. We're doing like a documentary thing about club athletes, because I don't believe that club athletes get the recognition and the exposure that they should. You know, we should be supporting all athletes of all kinds. So that is going to be coming out very soon, and I can't wait for that to happen. But besides that, that is pretty much concludes this bit of a podcast. This is a sort of, there isn't really episodes. This is just what it is. We're talking about the progression of Javelin in 2018 to 2019, or between 2015 and 2018. So I haven't really got a schedule for these sort of things, but if you like these, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get some more people on to talk about this and other bits and pieces, get other people's opinions, which would be absolutely amazing. But yes, definitely head over to throwshub.co.uk/podcasts, where we're going to try and upload every single podcast that we can to that page. SoundCloud is probably going to be the main place of it, and hopefully we can try and sort ourselves out to get it on Apple, which would be absolutely amazing on iOS. Besides that, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Luke. I am the founder of Throwshub. Please go over there and subscribe. And besides that, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys all again very soon.